Flutter developers, welcome back to a new tutorial. Okay, so today we're going to study how to use margin and paddings in a Flutter project, and also we'll look at the container and its box constraints. Okay, let's get started. So as you can see, I have the main.dat, and then I have created another file that is home.dat. If you have not watched our organize your dat code video, kindly check the other video and also learn how to organize your files as I have done here. So we have the .main. Let's begin from scratch. So now we want to import the material.dat, so we're going to use here, and then we call our main function, that is the void main. Good. Let me clear all this here. Okay, so and then we're gonna use our run up widget and call the material app. Okay, make sure app is capital. Okay, so here we have material. Let me close this before. Yeah, so material, inside the material we have another open and close. Okay, yeah, just like this. We have main. Good. Material 1 2 1 2 1 2. Let me close this. Okay, so inside material we're gonna have only the title. No, not only the title. We'll have the title. Title, let's say UI widget. Yeah, very easy. UI widget. Okay, then let's have our home. And this home, we are actually going to create a class in the other file. So let me call that here before we even create that class. Okay, so I save this. Okay, now let's go to another file, that is the home.dat. I import the material.dat. Then here we need to create the class that will extend the stateless widget. So let's create that class, and then home, the name of the class is home. Let's extend this state or stateless widget. Okay, I got it here. Then open and close bracket. Okay, then inside the stateless widget, let's call the build method. Okay, so I have the build method here. All right, so inside the build method, what we can do here is to now add the container widget. So let's return the container widget here. Return what container? Yeah, let's return the container widget. And in the container widget, we're gonna have some properties. So as we know, container here in Flutter is simply more or less like div in HTML. Good. So div can have a lot of properties we can call. So just like we can call alignment, color, constraints, and box constraints, double height, and width. Everything, all these can be called in the div. It's the same as container in Flutter. So let's make use, since we're gonna add text here, let's make use of alignment. Yeah, how to use alignment. So alignment will help you position the text on the screen. So alignment have a lot of properties, like the bottom center, the center, the bottom right. Yeah, so let's choose center for the meantime. We'll try the other ones. And then we also have the color property. So color and then colors. Yes, let's use colors. Yeah, this one. Colors, and then the period will help us select some colors. Blue. All right. So our color, we select blue, and then we need to add the test. By the test, we need to call the child, or we make this test the child widget of the container. So test, and then let's have a string. Yeah, a string in here. So a string in here. Let's say tech now TV. Oh yes, tech now TV. Good. So this is what we have in here. This is what we have in here. So now we have the class home extending from our stateless widget, and then we have override our code in here, and then this build method returns a container just like a div, and then this container is a child of our material up here. You get it? Good. And then we have the home. This home is simply a name of a class. Yeah, a name of a class that we have here, this one, and then this. So let's check here. Okay, let me see. Okay, home. Okay, it's saying home isn't defined. Why? Because we have not imported this file in here. Good. So let me do that now. Import, let's use dot backslash, and then the folder, and then the file directly. Okay, so now the error is off, so I save it. Now let me run it on the screen, and then let's see. Okay, good. Okay, I do hot reload again. All right, boom. So we have that on the screen. Now we, as you can see, we have the background that is blue here, the color that is blue here, and then we have the text here as a child of the container widget, tech now here, tech now TV. Then we have alignment is putting it in the center. For example, we can put the text at the top right corner. Let's choose this property, top center, top left. Okay, let's try top left. I save. Oh, boom. So our text moved to the top right. We can also change it to other properties. Okay, like top right. I save. Okay, you see it moves. Okay, so we can experiment this to see all our alignment properties. Okay, so bottom right, I save. Okay, it moves to the bottom right, but let's keep the center for now. Okay, good. Let's keep the center. Now, since we said the container is like the div, that means we should be able to give a width and height of this. We should be able to add width and height. Let's try this and let's see what happens. Before that, let me save and then reload. Now we have it in the middle. Okay, so we said it's like a div. So let's see. We add the width. And then the width, let's say we give it a width of 2,200. Okay, 200 is okay. 200, and then let's say we have a height of probably 100. Okay, then I save it. But what is happening? I have the width, I have the height, and then this is applied to only the container widget, but nothing happens here. Nothing happens here. Why? Because the container is a child widget of the material app, and the material app takes control of the whole screen. And since this is a child of this, it automatically inherits the size of the screen. So this will not work. The width and height here will not work or affect the container. If we really want it to work, what we have to do is to simply wrap this container in a center widget so that the container will be a child widget of the center. So let's do that. Let's try that out. Center widget. Okay. So let's now drop this inside. Let's drop this inside we drop this inside the center. So now we have the container being a child of what? Of the center. We make sure we add the child here. Child. Okay, good. So now the container is now a child of the center, and the center will inherit from the what? The material app, and this will now take the width and height. So I save this, we see it on the screen. Boom. So now you can see our test now TV has actually taken the real width and then the height inside this. So without the center widget, this width and height will not affect our container because it was inheriting from the material app. So since we wrap it with the center, and then this became the child of the center, now the child takes or inherits the size of the material app, and then the container now can be adjusted using the width and height. All right, good. Now let's comment this. We comment the width and height 1 2. Okay, comment this 1 2. All right, so let me save this. Okay, so it's back. Now let's implement the margin and padding. So margin is very simple. Margin is the space around what? Around our object. So let me just go back and let's explain this here. Here, the side of this to the edge will be what? Will be the margin. Like from here to top is the margin, from here to here is the margin, and from here to here is the margin. But the padding is actually inside the box. Maybe from here to this side. Just check my mouse. From this box to this side, inside will be what? The padding. So let's see how we can actually implement this. Let me comment this again, and how we can add this to our code. So to add a simple margin, it's really easy. We add margin like this, and then we add this property called the edge insect like this, edge insect for margin. So we do edge insert only. You have a lot of properties, but we use the edge insert only. And the edge insert only, we can have this left, we can have left, right, top, down margin. We know we can have a margin at the left side, the right side, and also at the top and the bottom, right? So let's try the left. Let's say 35. Yeah, 35. Good, and then I save. Okay, so as you can see on the screen, you see that the whole the whole container inside the center have actually shifted. That is the blue color, and you can see the black here. So that is the left margin here. We can add probably, let's add top. Let's say top. Let's say top margin. Yeah, top margin. Probably let's add 60. 60.0, and then I save. Top margin. Okay, here needs to be a comma, not a full stop, comma. Okay, then I save. So you can see here we have a margin here of 60, a margin here of 35. So we can do this around that. Good. So now how do we add the pattern? The pattern is really easy. We can easily add the pattern by calling this pattern keyword and also add our edge what, the same edge insect, but this time around pattern should be around it, so we call the edge insect all, and then the value can be probably 15. Let's say 15. Then I save. So this is how we actually implement this. Either we have the pattern is inside, yes, and then we have the margin around it. Good. So I would say this is the end of this video. In the next video we're gonna look at the styling of the text. Peace. I'm out.